Hello, I'm Michael Comaeux, the Superintendent of Anna ISD. In this episode of SuperChats, I would like to discuss the growth of our district and how you as a parent can work with the district to benefit our students. Our community continues to grow, bringing our current student population to 4,541, more than 500 students than last year. We embrace this growth and we welcome all of our new families to Anna and into the Coyote Pack. The growth in our district is evident by the new facilities we are building. The construction of Rosamond Shirley Elementary School and a multipurpose activity center, both of which are opening in August of 2022. Clemens Creek Middle School and a second middle school is under construction and will open in the fall of 2023. At that time, Anna Middle School's name will change to Slater Creek Middle School. With that being said, I'd like to address two major societal problems nationwide since the pandemic: teacher and staff shortages and the increase of disruptive behaviors within our schools. The pandemic has taken a toll on everyone, including our teachers and faculty. Anna and the rest of our nation are experiencing an epic amount of educators leaving the profession. I want to take a moment and acknowledge the phenomenal teachers and staff we have in Anna ISD. They are dedicated to investing in academic excellence, instilling values, and inspiring our students. I am so incredibly proud of the love and passion they pour into their students and all of their extra hard work they've endured these past 2 years. They have been charged with closing educational gaps due to a loss of face-to-face instruction, and they have continued to rise above normal expectations by putting in countless extra hours. They have been extremely flexible and often put their students' needs ahead of themselves and their families. They are professional educators who genuinely care about their students' well-being and success. While the pandemic has taken a toll on our teachers, we know the pandemic has also negatively impacted our students. The past 20 months have been traumatic for many school children. Isolation, loss of loved ones, and remote learning resulting in depression and self-harm, to name a few. We see more fighting, bullying, and threats in our schools than ever before. Safety is our number one concern, and we know all children must feel safe and loved to learn effectively. Our faculty must work together as a team to benefit our students. But it is equally important that we as a school district work together with you, our parents and community, for the benefit of our children. So to work toward a solution, I've invited our Director of Intervention Counseling, Mr. Vince Sharp, and our Chief of Police, Mr. Jeff Jones, to talk with us. I think it's important for our community to know all the preventative measures we can take in our school and learn what parents can do to support our students' mental health and safety. Mr. Sharp, talk to us about what we do at school and how parents can support our students.
Thank you, Mr. Comaeux, for this opportunity. Student mental health needs, even pre-pandemic, were rising across the country. There was news reports all over that you could read about where prior to the pandemic, 1 in 5 children ages 8 to 18 were suffering with a mental health disorder. Now that number has grown dramatically when 1 in 3 students are experiencing anxiety, clinical anxiety. 1 in 4 students are exhibiting signs of depression. For us, even prior to the pandemic, Anna ISD had put together a mental health team of intervention counselors. We're hiring clinical intervention counselors to help provide services for our students. At the secondary level, we have 3 intervention counselors in place. At the elementary level, we're offering play therapy for our early elementary students and other types of therapy for our students in that older age range. And it's as simple as this. Parents, if you see your child potentially having some type of mental health issue that you would like them to be evaluated for services with our clinical team, it's as simple as contacting your campus, contacting the intervention counselor or principal, letting them know that you're concerned for your child and would like some services put in place, and then we will evaluate that situation and see what we can do to help. But more than anything, at home, there's a lot we can do as well. We've seen a rise in issues with kids just connecting and attaching to not just their parents, but teachers as well. And it's as simple as making connections with your child. Even 20 minutes a week of just sitting, giving undivided attention, and just talking and communicating with your child will do a lot. And from there, you may see something that tells you might need to talk to the school. We want to work as a team. Also, to put in place situations that we can help your child if they have been a victim of bullying on every school's website, from elementary schools to the high school. If you feel like your child has been bullied, on the very front page there is a place where you can report bullying from home for parents or kids. That every investigation will be done by a principal, and we will look into every bullying complaint that has happened. More than anything, ISD wants your child to feel safe at school. We want them to be taken care of if they're struggling in any way, and we've done the best we can to provide the measures for you to get help for your child. Thank you.
Mr. Sharp, thank you. And I think most parents don't realize this, but we have one of the most fully developed intervention counseling programs in the state of Texas. Mr. Sharp and his staff, along with myself, have presented at conferences, and so we look forward to being able to help and serve your kids in that manner. I'd like ISD Chief Jones to talk to us about how our police department works with our community to keep our district safe, and how our parents can help us with these efforts.
Thank you, Mr. Comaeux, for inviting me to participate in this Super Chat. Some of the things that the Anna ISD Police Department does to assist the students and the district with safety is we provide a school-based law enforcement approach on every campus. We have our own police department, so we're able to respond just to calls for Anna Independent School District. We're a resource for the students and their parents for any law enforcement need, as well as instructional things that we provide to the students as far as citizen interaction training, Stop the Bleed, other community outreach programs that we try to bring in to assist the students and the parents to be able to handle things that may come up in their daily life. We partner with local law enforcement agencies to provide services to them and receive services from them in the event of an emergency. We also assist in teaching student classes. But you as a parent can help us greatly by following some of these suggestions. We ask that you monitor your students' social media. Most of our threats, information we receive, things that we should have known about ahead of time come from social media. The parents call up here and notify us what they've seen, or a concerned citizen. A lot of times we get calls from concerned citizens versus the parents or the students, whenever the parents and students knew about this before the concerned citizen did. So we ask that you please check your students' social media, monitor that, alert us to anything. If you see something, hear something, say something. A lot of times we find out when an event occurs on school campuses across the nation, we find out that this was known about ahead of time and nobody ever passed on the information to us. If we have this information, it makes us a little bit more effective in trying to curtail any violence or any other issues at the school. We also ask the parents to report any suspicious activity that they see, not necessarily with their student, but anything else. And we ask that you hold your students accountable for their actions. If they do something wrong in the schools or anywhere else, hold them accountable, and that goes a long way in decreasing the disciplinary issues that we are seeing on campus. But the main thing we ask is you partner with your school district, police department, and the school to help your students succeed. If you have problems with your student at home, it may be a mental health issue, it may be something else, but you contact the school, let us know what's going on. We will assist you with that as much as we can and hopefully provide a safe and effective learning environment for your student. And we also ask that you attend your students' extracurricular activities. We find out that students that have parents actively involved in their extracurricular activities and school activities goes a long way in curtailing any discipline. That's it for me. Thank you, Mr. Comaeux. I appreciate you inviting me here.
Thank you, Chief. You know, the one thing that we really want to encourage you as parents to do is become a team member with our district. The pandemic has been a challenge for all of us, but we want to build an effective team to grow the most effective coyotes that we can. I thank you for joining us today. I hope you enjoy the rest of this year. We look forward to participating with you. And always remember, it's a great day to be an Anna Coyote.